All right, so let's do this session 0 for season 2. We're down Mama Terra for the night. It looks like Spike, you got something here that you're working on that you wanted to show us. What's this thing? What's this thing you wanted to unveil?
So I've been thinking that we have, a show going on where we're doing season things. We're slowly gaining traction. We need an end card. So again, I haven't sound balanced this, so I apologize for your virgin ears. But I'm going to mute myself and then I'm going to play it. This is the rotted piece end card as far as I've got it. Everything has been made by me, so no AI anything.
Why did Okay, I don't know why the cameras
Very
got
cool.
messed up there, but replay that again. I want to see it one more time.
Sure. Muting again.
It's because he muted. Nice. Okay.
Much very good.
Very good, very good.
How did it
Much
sound?
better.
Sounded good, actually. It didn't sound bad at all. Just leave that card where it is now, because cameras have already had to redo the cameras like 5 times so far. I'm readjusting them again.
It's all good.
Let's just leave that as is.
I'll try not to play porn in that window.
Yeah, please don't. Okay. So yeah, that's neat. We could even do like a reverse one and just do as it for a loading as well. Load game for an opening.
I can give it a try. It didn't take me too long to make that one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm not fully happy with it yet.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you saw there was a bit of floatiness on the cursor on the save screen. It like kind of like zipped up for a bit and then slowly went down before it like jerked down.
Yeah.
And I want to get rid of that. A lot of it's about tweening at this point.
Little tweak here, a little tweak there. All right. Okay.
But that said, amazing what you could do in Paint 3D.
Yeah, no, it looks nice. I like it. Okay, so I am 100% stumped on what to do moving forward, which is why we're doing a session 0 here. Like, I have no idea where to take this from here.
Well, when we talked about like in the initial session 0, we kind of were thinking about taking it to like a big bad evil empire kind of situation, right?
Yeah. But right now, what we got going on is the party has 2 villains that they're having an issue with, and they just murder-lated the entire like ruling council of the main kingdom over here.
You say myrtleated, I say self-defense.
Yeah, pancaked.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think there's.
I should have known because this is the second time somebody has brought a roof down in a room while I've been running Fabula Ultima.
The second time?
Yeah. First time was in a playtest of the system that I did when I first got the books with an entirely like different group of people. Like got to this last it wasn't even like a big fight. It was just a fight with some little minion things. like level 5 things, and this guy's like, I'm gonna bring the roof down. I'm like, mother.
God damn it.
I'm about to fuck him.
Feel like it's it's like one of those if I had a nickel situations.
Yep. So when I heard the roof was coming down on this one, I was like, really? Again?
So why does this game lend itself to blowing shit up?
Roofs are gonna be like Cleveland's freaking front of the house and Family Guy for me.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. No, 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 no. I need to
gotta stop
stop
it.
taking baths during Peter's shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I think there is an opportunity for us to kind of explore those like as a faction. So like fighting either one or both of them, and if in fighting them we discover more things that lead to the bigger thing, unless one of them is the bigger thing. In the meantime, I do think we can do like I wouldn't say a rebuilding of what we just destroyed, but I think Spike, you and Tara were saying something about more councils.
So we were talking about what would possibly happen in the outcome of the final throw of the country, and basically without a regency or a ruling lord, we kind of figured one of two things would happen. Either one, it would become a city of guilds, and it would kind of become almost like Star Wars esque, where there are guild leaders who are trying to push the empire and want the empire to take over. Now there's no ruling class. They're basically saying, come in, come do this stuff, and blah blah. And then you have the other guild leaders, of which Armand would be a part of if we kept him there, who are basically working adverse to the guilds that are trying to pull the empire in, thus giving us some rebel factions that we would be working with in the inside. I don't know how much it would end up pulling in from that perspective, but I did also bring up the idea of Lancius's family coming to the forefront of the whatchamacallit, the empire in Jersey, and they become basically like, oh well, it was your son's group who had the audacity to kill all the magistrates. We'll leave you in charge of Jersey, but you're in charge of bringing us his head.
Oh.
Which will give us a bit more of an in with his family and a bit of actual tension from Lancius's background. As we are now stuck in a situation we don't want to be in, where we're trying to fight and save people at the same time. Like, we understand why you're fighting us, but you're on the wrong side. Even though from our position, it's going to be really fucking hard to defend that they're on the wrong side.
Yeah.
I
mean, I like that. I don't know how, Steve, you feel about that.
I don't know. I just like, oh, I feel like I don't know how that would work. Lancius's family, outside of like him and his brother Ionthus, pretty much keep to their forest. It's like, we're gonna stay here. But it would be interesting if people were like trying to treat with them. But bring your son's head. Oof. I don't know. I don't know how they would react to that.
Or even if it was like, we're not asking you to do anything horrible to your son. We just want him to answer for his crimes.
He didn't do nothing. He was just there. He was shooting arrows at the big guy. And then the place collapsed on him too.
Well, I mean, that's also kind of a conversation that I want to have as with Albel. Is probably along the lines of, you keep telling us to run, but you're probably the most cowardice person of the group. You keep handling problems with nukes. They are anthills. and you nuke them, and we have to deal with your aftermath. And then we were fine. Me and Cyrus were talking them down, and then we had to run because you nuked the place.
Like,
And who went off script? To quote a famous trader.
like I don't know. The whole thing to me just didn't make any sense. Like, I still like Lancius still doesn't understand what the strategic benefit of bringing the roof down was.
There wasn't one, and that's unfortunately how Albel thinks, in my opinion.
Which it makes sense for the character, but Lancius is just like, now
Yeah.
he's a fugitive, and he's like, we had the beast, we had the rot, we had them both. We could have killed one of them, but now we killed none of them, and now we have enemies in Culligan.
And murdered a shit ton of innocent.
We like made it infinitely worse.
We are now the bad guys.
Oh,
So that might end up being the ending, the ending fable. We end up having to turn Albel in. Who knows? So,
Yeah, because like I could see the new forming government being like, you know, Dorian goes in. You see, told you, the guilds were bad. They needed to go. New forming government, I got you covered. And if you side with me, you do what I want now. I'll keep the big guy over there at bay so he doesn't do anything dumb, like, you know, kill everybody.
that went to shit so quick. And it was, hey, here's a plan. Let's let this plan come out, and we'll signal you if we need help. No signals, breaks through the door, fireballs the first person she sees in the face. And we're like,
fuck.
All right.
well, here we are now, I suppose. That's why I'm kind of like,
I-
Alex is annoyed about, like, well, what part of this was the plan? You asked for me to come up with this and for me to be the person who holds on to this. I made a plan, and you did everything to fuck me.
I feel like Lancius has matured more in the last 20 minutes than he did in the entire time that we were adventuring. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it's 100%. It's like I'm sitting there, I'm thinking to myself after that game, I'm like, Lancius is gonna have a meltdown. Like, when they're on the ship alone, he is just gonna start screaming at people.
I mean, I could also see the big boy news of, like, she's like, oh, come on, dude, you got to calm down. Do it for Squeakers. He's like, no, give me Squeakers, you evil woman.
It's like, give me my son. Get away from it. But yeah,
But-
I do see the frustration.
So,
I hyped
part
it up
of
a
what I
little
was-
bit, but I was
part of what I-
was into it.
Well, that's also kind of why I was sitting on the bus up. If you're going to do it, just
Right.
don't
I'm just like, hey,
talk about it, because you're trying to talk me into it as I don't see another way out of the situation. And I'm like, my friend, if you didn't open the damn bag, we wouldn't be in this situation.
And the thing was, I don't think we were in a bad situation. Dorian and the Beast were fighting.
Yeah,
Let them fight and then pick up the scraps.
that's kind of what we had started doing, and then it just became like, oh, this is untenable. No, we're fine.
Or like she's like, we'll collapse the roof and then the Beast will follow us. Why would he follow us? We're nobody.
Yeah.
Like, we have no power in this. We are literally piss ants to him. Like,
Well, at the
I think
same
the
time,
idea was just. I think the idea was like we're nobody, but we're now the people who just collapsed a roof on him.
Exactly.
I don't think the collateral was taken into account.
yeah.
no. So, kind of what I was thinking was, if we're not going to stop an empire on our own. So, like, We need
Unfortunately, I don't think
to
we're also going to stop it as war criminals. I feel like news of that would travel real fuck quick.
which that means like we want to fight the Empire, but we're 4 people. We can't fight the Empire. We need people. Do we start like working with criminals now? Like the only connection that we have that could potentially be an ally is Lancius's family, because regardless of what he did, there's no way in hell that Chelnaris is gonna let his son go to jail.
I
Like
mean,
the Celadon family will go to war over their own, but only if he asks. And Lancius might not want to ask.
She'd be like, Dad,
I
we kind of
think-
killed a bunch of people.
I think part
So
two.
they're gonna
Dad,
bring
I
us
fucked
in.
up.
I
Dad,
think
I
part two
fucked
could
up.
also be us clearing our names and basically being like,
how do we?
"Hey,
Well,
like,
I
yeah,
mean, the only way we really clear our names is if we throw Albel completely under the bus. And
she
I
did
just-
say
I
she'd
j-
take blame for it."
yeah, which I think she will, but also, well, I guess it's not a thing of because of the other like council members that that got pancaked. So there would be that to answer for. But I think the idea was just showing that the Beast and Dorian were in the wrong. And now it's spiraled into
Yeah.
like, okay, now we're gonna have like other shit to answer for, which I think she will take the fall for.
I was so
Well, and
confused
then-
at the end of that because I was just like, literally, the only way we're pulling up right now is if we kill off the bad guild leaders and assign with the good guild leaders of like, look, that was a necessary evil. We had to do that, and build Jersey up from there. The minute that we stepped off of Jersey and Shores, there was no fixing.
Well, like we're not off shores yet. We're in the air. There are things we could do.
Bomb the
But-
rest of them. No witnesses.
Scorched earth.
I
Oh,
was speaking-
There's Mama Terror.
I was right. She's not feeling well.
But that's the thing, like we gotta come up with the characters gotta come up with a plan. Because whether we like it or not now, we are war criminals to the extreme. We're extremists at this point. We're the radicals.
Yeah, like we are the bad guys, unfortunately, at this point.
Well, I don't think we're the bad guys, because the Empire is clearly the bad guys. But we're not the good guys.
We're not much better.
No, and I think that's part of what Lancius is struggling with, like, as we're flying away, is like, all we've done is create more chaos. Like, all we've done is make it worse. What are we doing? If we're gonna stop the Empire, we gotta be better than them, and we're not.
I think that's a good character moment that you can have.
I feel on this subject as well. Albel is a very damaged individual who's trying to live with her damage. It's just every problem seems to circumvent to come back to Albel. And there's a part of me that wants to have that part. Yeah, no, it's always Albel. It's always Albel. You know, when we got ran out of Amaria, that was Albel, even though it was my face on the posters. That was Albel. When we ended
Yeah,
up
we ran because she told us to.
when we got to my camp and everybody was dead. Don't worry, they're all dead because of Albel, not because of minus faces on posters and they were sending a message. That had nothing to do with it. Oh, don't worry about Lancius. He's a career war criminal now. Actually, that one you have to take credit for. You totally did that one.
He's a noble and he's a war criminal. Like, he was your best bet to getting an army, and now he's a war criminal.
How many nobles aren't war criminals?
Oh, true, but how many of them have wiped out an entire council?
Might be a point of pride, you know.
I feel like the next session is gonna be absolutely just a lot of role playing, like all of us just bitching.
It's just
Like I feel like once I get the opportunity to change bonds, Lancius is gonna have a negative bond with Albel.
Oh no, her first negative.
ooh.
He admired her, and now he's like borderline hates her.
Oh man.
It could be mistrust.
I was just gonna say mistrust, but hatred.
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, to be fair, that's like it is like a real like negative is not even the word, but like that's your like livelihood, like as a noble. That's just
Yeah.
been upended.
You were my friend, Albel.
So I mean, it
But-
could be. But should we mark out like story beats that we're maybe trying to hit, or
I feel story beats would probably be the best idea of like how we're planning on handling this everything.
So where is everything? Like the Empire's on another continent, right? They're
Yeah.
in the PA one.
That's where I wanted them. Was actually in the New York one, over to the west, or yeah, the
Okay.
east, like the big eastern continent,
Okay.
because there's that island above it, and that's where Albel was from. I want it to be all kind of close to that.
Okay, so the PA one isn't part of the Empire.
Right. That's the way I wanted it, but nothing's set yet. That was the way I was thinking
Okay,
about
well
it.
that's fine. Well then I like that. I feel like we should definitely reconcile with each other and see if there's any plan we can do. Maybe Lancius does need to go meet with his dad and like see if he can get them at least like dad pull some strings, do something, clear my name, get people off our backs. Like say you have me here as a prisoner, like whatever, like do political, like know how
he's grounded.
nobles will be like, yeah, my son's a criminal, I'm gonna keep him here.
Yeah, it's like I have
Or
diplomatic
whatever.
immunity here.
House arrest.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Go to your
if you
bedroom
come
while
in
you're
here to
employed.
touch my son, like maybe we could try to treat with the elves and see if we can get them to help us, and then we need to go to Pennsylvania or Pensia or whatever it's called,
Pennsylvania.
and Pennsylvania, and go down there and start just like trying to rally support, right? Like I don't know, I feel like there's barbarian tribes there,
So
Okay.
I guess
Man.
here's,
and maybe we need to
No.
start like getting barbarian tribes.
I
So
feel like there's a
here's
lot of
my
banjos.
here's my second question.
Oh
Are we
no,
trying
there's
to
Amish.
reconcile? Are we trying to reconcile us as a good team? Because if we are, what we could do is Lancius brings us all to his family's home. He tries to entreat us to the family and basically lock all of us up as war criminals. At which point in time, Albel is locked in the third degree gulag because she was the one who pulled the trigger. Lancius is under house arrest, and Atlas and Cyrus, who were the only real peacekeepers of the situation until the Royal Rumble broke out, are kind of given free roam of the grounds, but not much else. Like they're not allowed to leave. And at which point in time, Lancius's family will then entreat with the Empire to be like, hey, we're holding these four, and Jerzia is cutting ties currently until we can figure out what the fuck is going on and reconcile our system. At which point in time, the beast, entirely full on rage and vitriol, makes a point to go, no, and starts tearing through the elven wilds. At which point in time, knowing that the Empire is ripping through the elven wilds to get at them, peace is not an option. The elves throw everything that they have at them, and we end up having to do a jailbreak scene where we're leaving. At which point in time, Albel, and by proxy the group, get one more chance to entreat for Lancius's trust. as Launtius goes, I'm staying behind. Fuck you guys. You can go on without me. Ever since I met you three, life has been shit. And my family's about to die because of some dumb move that we did. I'm staying here. At which point in time, we get the chance to turn around and get Launtius's family out. And then getting Launtius's family out, re-earn Launtius's trust. Partially.
Or it could get us the opportunity at the Beast again.
Or can get us the opportunity at the Beast again.
Because
But is that
That is what-
Jersey as a hit.
What?
There's nothing saying we can't use Jersey as our main fighting continent. Like, yeah, sure. Pennsylvania and Newarkus are both fucking created, but like, nothing's actually saying we have to go to them until like later on in the end game where we actually have to start taking over the Empire's bullshit. Currently, nothing's on them.
Yeah, but to that,
True.
like, it is just that chance. Like we turn to Launtius, we're just like, hey, this is your call. Yeah, so do we go for the Beast or we get your family out?
And my
Make a
only
decision.
concern with that path would be the potential to do like a legit party split.
Shit happens. Sometimes that happens.
Yes,
It's not
If
the
they
first time we did a
abandon
party split.
Launtius, I'll just make a new character.
It's not the first time we've done a party split either, because we've had many times where Atlas, Cyrus, and Launtius were all on the same page. And
Oh no,
Aldo
I
was
mean
running
a
the
more of a
Raptor card.
permanent one. That's the only thing. It's like I can see that having the potential for a more permanent character party split. Like, oh, you're gonna leave me here? All right, well, fuck you.
we would not
I mean,
leave you here.
Well, we're already.
If
in
anything,
on
I'm pretty
the
sure
fact
you would leave us.
that- We're already
You
in on
would
the
tell
fact
us
that we're
to fuck
rallying. I think it's different
I-
if this was like prompted mid-session, and then we got the fuck you. But we are literally saying in this moment, hey, when it comes push to shove, we're backing you. It's not we're not even leaving it in the air. We're coming with you, boy. Whatever you decide.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you three were to like beat feet and leave, and Launtius were to stay behind, I'd make a new character. But I think it'd be really cool. Like that's the end of session or chapter 2. Then we go into chapter 3. Like towards the end, you just get this really badass, like one-eyed, beaten and destroyed Launtius that comes back as an enemy.
So,
Oh
you
god.
know, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. That's pretty good.
Like the pure hatred for all of you, just like my family's dead. Jersey is in ruin because of you bitch.
Fires off a barrage shot, hits all three of us, and we're like, "What the hell? Was that?
Holy shit!
What the fuck was that?" The camera just pans to a nearby rooftop, and you just see Launtius holding his bow, and he goes, "Don't worry, it's just the baby." Fires another barrage.
Oh
That would,
Oh, that's the worst
that would be
timeline.
sick. That would be sick as shit.
no! Be the worst timeline.
We love a druid turn dark. We love that. We love it a lot.
Oh man. So yeah, I definitely think going to Launtius's family. I don't know if we're gonna go with the whole war being imprisoned there or whatnot, but like definitely going there, seeing what we can do, like seeing what our options are. If that goes south, maybe heading south, like going to Pennsylvania. Gain the approval and the army of the Amish, the Amish, the Amish
A-
people,
The
Can you
A-
the
imagine-
Amish people.
Could you
The
imagine
Shaman
an Amish army?
I feel it being
With their
terribly
buggies.
efficient.
With their buggies playing Another One Bites the Dust as they're strolling along.
No, you have to give my wood a good beating.
God damn.
But
But
I don't know. Like I feel like the Lancius family line with the jail and the beast showing back up are like so far the top spot because I don't know, man. Like with how fast news travels, I feel like we would be outed really quick as war criminals who toppled a government. And then no matter where we go in Pennsylvania, we would have to basically build our trust on the backs of lies in order to be
Yeah.
like, and that, I don't know, as Atlas, that doesn't sit well.
Oh, and we also have Armand. Don't remember, he came with us.
Yeah, we have Armand and we have Gavin.
Not yet.
just
You
gonna
gotta go
put it-
get
I don't.
Gavin.
I'm just gonna put a D on the end of his name because everyone keeps saying Armand and it's just Armand. just,
Oh,
but it's been the D for so long with. Fuck it, I'm just gonna give it the D.
Yeah, give him the D.
yeah. I also I don't know that we can stretch out the stuff at Lancius's parent like family home for 6 sessions. Like
Well,
we want
this is just
we
a
want it to be
start.
5 or what?
It's just
It'd be a
the
good
start
place
of
to
it.
start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree. That does feel
Like
a little long. I don't know if a jail situation would happen, but I do think you're right. That is where we should start.
even if we go there and just hide out and like say there's a time skip and like Eric tells us what happened in Culligan, what like the negotiations and all that were, maybe give it time for the Empire to be like really, really terrible. And then they'll be like, maybe we need these war criminals.
Mm.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking
They're
about a
the-
time skip at one point here too. I'm like, well, there's going to be at least some behind the scenes, off scene things that are going to happen.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We could
How
probably,
long
could
do you
be-
think would be?
I was just say we could probably have the Lancius scene first so that we can like show
Well,
the party is not together, we're falling apart. And
Oh
then
no, we definitely
afterwards.
have we definitely have to have the role play on the ship. We have to go to Lancius's home and do all that role play. Maybe even be in pursuit by some villains while we're on the way, like another airship attacks us, something like to get a combat in. Then we get to Lancius's home. We talk with his dad and his brothers, his other brothers, and we set up a plan from there. Then the next session is a time skip.
God, I just remember a video from Duality a while back where he goes, "Yeah, I mean, murder hobos are basic 5e. You don't see them in other systems because 5e shows the murder hobo. 2 roofs falling in a Fabula Ultima game later.
Listen, Fabula Ultima doesn't facilitate murder hoboing very well, but
Like,
people have
maybe-
made it work.
Maybe it's a mindset. Maybe."
It's like it's not a
I mean-
gameplay mechanic. It is a mindset.
But the thing is, we don't get experience from killing monsters in this one. Like, we just kill people to kill people.
Well, that's because we are the monsters. Like, my God, how? Speaking of, did we all level up yet?
Yeah, there was a level up at
Oh,
least
did
during
we?
that session.
I should do that.
Did we?
I thought there was at least a level up at the end of
Yeah,
that session.
there was.
Mm,
I can
there
tell you
was.
what
I have to
characters
do.
We are in a minute.
I think we're 10.
I think we're 10 too. Giggity.
No, we're level 9 now.
Mm.
Yep, 9.
With 4 experience left over.
God, I might as well just keep climbing with Elementalists at this point.
I should see what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
I've kind of spread myself a little bit thin.
I mean,
I
it's
think also saying
it's not just the wizard class. There is more to it.
Elementalist?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also the 5 level.
The what?
It's also the one class I have 5 levels.
Mm.
You have 5 levels in it. Holy crap.
I've got 5 levels in Elementalist, 2 levels in Weapon Master, and 1 level in Fury. With 1 level yet to be decided. And then my next class that I'm taking is going to be.
Oh, that's where it's messed up. I forgot to change that. I have 3 in Chimerist, 3 in Sharpshooter, 2 in Wayfarer.
Well.
I think I have like 3 in Guardian, 2 in Fury, and 2 in Darkblade.
I already have that. After you deal damage from. Nah, I'm gonna keep going with the Sharpshooter build. I have spells, but I don't use them very much. Just a bow boy.
All right. Well,
I think that's a good couple. Good.
think we covered pretty much everything.
I was gonna say that's a good. I think couple options.
God,
Yeah. So
we don't
just
oftentimes
like
find this.
like we said, Eric, just I think we're gonna go to Lancius's family because that is the one place he's the only one that can drive the airship. And that's the one
true.
place he knows.
It's your.
That's the
This
one
is your.
place he knows.
This is your call. This is Lance. This is Lance's arc, and I'm super into that.
Lancius. What the heck was that?
I had a gnat flying at my face, and I was trying to murder.
Oh, fair enough. Think we're gonna see a lot of maturity from Lancius in these next couple sessions.
I really just like that I get to see on the outside a sweet boy have to be not a sweet boy. That's just what my Sunday character is, and I'm just like, wow, this is what it looks like.
The most innocent guy ever, and now he's a work. Albel took this sweet, innocent kid and made him a rough, tough man.
And told him that was life.
Could have just let him be ignorant and blissful, but nope. Life sucks. Get a helmet.
Life sucks, kid. Get used to it.
Soon you too will have somebody by the throat while stabbing them in the chest, going, "Don't you lie to me."
It's like, am I drawing that right now? I might be.
Okay. Well, I will turn this recording off then. Go through this over the next couple weeks, kind of come up with at least enough for like a cutscene's worth of information to throw at you guys while Lancius figures out what the hell's going on, because yeah, they have the airship.
Oh yeah.
So,
You guys go where Lancius says. Because I believe we said canonically he's the only one that actually can. If I remember
believe
correctly.
So. I don't remember if Albel does. All I have is rudimentary training.
Yeah. So the next time we're together is the 25th. Which is everybody gonna be good? That's the week of Thanksgiving, so I don't know if y'all are traveling or doing stuff.
I'm good.
I will most likely have some things.
well, as we get closer to it, we'll just put out like, hey,
Yeah.
what's everybody doing around this time period? We good or not? And then
Okay.
push if we need to push. Because everybody's got to be there for the next one. I mean, can't be missing
Yeah.
somebody on this next one.
I got him.
So, all right,
Got what?
I got the gnat. He dead.
cool.
Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap up this
I gotta
recording
save
then.
them.
We'll catch everybody on the beginning of season 2, and it looks like we're gonna have an outro card as well moving forward.
Run that outro.
I'll run that outro. All right.
But yeah,
Wait,
you guys,
is
you guys
there
like
an
the
outro?
Yeah, the one that Spike showed us earlier, like when the thing first
That
started.
card.
Oh, okay.
It's the out
I
card.
thought that was the intro.
No, the intro would be a load and then a pick of the file. It's the same thing, but change the save to load. Load.
Okay.
Giggity. Okay.
But you guys like
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
it? Awesome.
All right, cool.
At least I know your work didn't go to waste.